Welcome to another week of Crystal River Beefo Brady's High School Player of the Week. This is week 2. I'm going to start off by telling everybody our thoughts and prayers are with the whole community still struggling to recover from the hurricane. We've got flooding in Crystal River. We've got sinkholes. It's just a mess. Just be careful out there. Because of the hurricane, Crystal River and Lecanto were unable to play their games this week. But we do have the winner of the Seven Rivers Christian School. So I'll get him on up here in just a minute. I'll tell you while I got a second, this weekend is our kickoff of NFL football. We have the package, enough TVs to cover every game all the time. So wear your colors. We had some weekend specials just for football. And for those of you who enjoy the adult beverages, we have beer specials all weekend. And college football, we have all the packages I told you last time. Yes, it's my favorite time of year, NFL football. Fantasy football, guys, bring your tablets. We have Wi-Fi. We have charging stations. So we are fantasy football headquarters here. And now let's get on to the presentation of the award. All right, congratulations, Josh.
Thank you.
Good job. I heard you did a great job. Yes, obviously, they awarded you this week's Player of the Week. I did want to add, the coaches send these names in. We don't pick them. We just award them. So, Josh, Iwaniec,
Yep.
like I wanted. I'm so sorry. I knew I was going to mess that up.
It's okay.
So, Josh, congratulations. And he didn't put a shirt on, but he has a shirt. And we'll see you guys next week, Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock at Crystal River Beefo Brady's. All 3 schools are playing this week, weather willing. Okay, thanks. Over and out, Brett.
Thanks, Debbie. Seven Rivers, the only team in the area that did get to play on Friday night. Coach, I know it was an odd week, a rough week, a sloppy field conditions, but I'm sure you guys just happy got out there and played.
Yeah, I mean, it was just nice. You know, it was a little bit in doubt with the weather that we had last week, but our field held up. I was really thankful of how well it drained, and, of course, the weather kind of cooperated with us on Friday. We had a little bit of a delay at halftime with some lightning that was actually north of Denellen, but the meter went off and we had to take a break. But otherwise, it was a good night for high school football.
You guys, a tough opponent. You said this was just part of the process, scheduling some tough teams to get ready for what you hope lies ahead, and that was the case last Friday.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we put our schedule together back in the winter, really, you know, we wanted to give ourselves an opportunity to be successful late in October, November in the playoffs, and not make the same mistake we made the year before, which was get a bunch of wins early by large margins and kind of get a false sense of how good you are. So I was thankful to see my kids fight the way they fought last week. Really, I mean, the ball bounces differently on a couple plays, or I make a couple different calls. We probably win the game, but overall, I was pleased with the effort, and the things that really probably cost us the game were things that were fixable.
And another one this week. I mean, same story. A big school, a Class 4A school. You know, we talked about it. They're going to be playing Cocoa next week. Everyone saw them play on TV a couple weeks ago. So this is a big power you're playing, and a little different than folks are used to seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just comes down to you know, to setting your schedule up and to accomplish what you want to accomplish at the end of the year. And you know, it's a 4A school, and they're a very good program. As you mentioned, they're in the same district with Cocoa, so we know we're going to have our hands full with them. But it also comes down to just not being afraid to potentially lose a game, to get your team ready for something maybe better down the road. So you know, it's going to be a great test for our kids, and but the goal is overall is to get to the postseason, and your kids not be overwhelmed with what they see on film with speed and size and talent. And after our non-district schedule, I don't think our kids will feel that way, and that'll be a mission accomplished.
Player of the Week this week, a young man who's been a part of this program for a long time. You talk about not being overwhelmed. He hasn't been overwhelmed since he played varsity football. Josh Iwaniec.
Yeah. Well, Josh is he kind of embodies everything that we want a Warrior football player to be, and he's a tremendous leader for our team. He's a captain for our team. He's a very tough kid. He plays all 3 ways: offense, defense, and special teams. Been doing a really good job for us lately in catching the ball and, of course, running that out of the backfield with the ball. He's just getting ready to receive a really big offer from Tusculum, an official offer, and it's going to be a good one. And so we're looking forward to seeing Josh at the next level as well. But you can't say enough about what he means to our program, and in order for us to keep having the success that we're used to having, he's going to have to continue to have a good year.
Absolutely. Head coach Ray Green, and now the player of the week, Josh Iwaniec. I mean, it's we talked about it before the season, talked about it with Coach. You knew what kind of schedule you guys were up against this year, and another chance to knock off a big opponent on Friday.
Yes, sir. It's as for some, it might be like daunting, like, oh no, bigger school, public school. They have, of course, they'll have more kids, bigger kids, but like we've showed time and time again that even we're not bigger, but we're going to be stronger and hit harder, and we don't get tired either.
Coach talked about how, last year, great record early on, and maybe weren't prepared for the guys you saw in the playoffs. And this year, maybe the record's not going to be 7-0 to start off with, but you guys are going to be better off for it. As players, can you grasp that's the goal?
Like you said, last year we were all high on our horses, like, yeah, blowing teams out, 50 points. But this year it's like, it feels much more real as a football player. Like, okay, these are real games. We're actually getting challenged, getting better by these higher skill teams. And yes, as a player, you can definitely see it working throughout in practice, and everyone is just looking better all around.
Talk about on the offensive side of the ball. We talked that you have a quarterback that's going to throw the ball a little more. We've seen a few more passes each and every week. How are you adjusting to that? Because you guys in the backfield are used to getting the ball just about on every carry.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun going out there and running routes. Last week I had 96 yards. It was a crazy night, wet balls, but Broughton could beam it in there. He's a great quarterback, and it really helps out our run game, because people actually have to respect our pass, and it's fun. It's a good deal.
Congratulations on the player of the week.
Thank you, sir.
Should be another great test this week for Seven Rivers. It's our game of the week on Friday night as Seven Rivers hosts Lake Highland Prep. Pre-game begins at 7:15. Kickoff is set for 7:30 on CBS Sports Radio 104.3.